Okay, we're going to go over how to handle our flag shortly here, but in the meantime, make sure, straight down, not out to the side, not pointing forward. Okay? And go there.
Don't move. You raise
Okay. So Shushi has to decide when is the point where it's so close. If I go this way, they're going to follow. If I go this way, they're going to follow. You're the leader. Okay? Right. Rotate back. Rotate back. Some more now. Stay where you are. Okay. This is where you should have been. Okay? Right. Go ahead. Okay, that was too late. The flags went up, but I didn't hear your voice. They cannot hear you, or they cannot see the flag. You have to immediately. Not. It is very important to have that timing so that they understand your senkoku is immediate. The point is now, not later, because in that instance, what happens if the other person strikes and gets equal? Unfair.
It's okay if the referees are out of position and you notice it, you're the most experienced of the Shinpan to say yame so that all see properly. You know, if it's like grossly disfigured, it's okay if you say yame so that you can come back. I think that would be fair. I was told that you could.
As a pushing, if I have to call Yame, I raise it silently.
Yes.
I don't.
If nothing happens, you have the ability, they don't pay attention, you can say yame. Okay, it's not forbidden. But if nobody's paying attention and they're going on, then that's unfair. So yeah, then
initially nonverbal.
nonverbal always.
It's verbal. If it's injury is imminent. Dangerous situation is imminent. Yame. You don't hesitate if somebody gets injured. Yame.
Yame. No, you have to say yame.
Yame!
Okay? Because you have one side and one side. What was yours? Yours
I
was...
didn't see it. I didn't see what you did.
Yeah,
I think I saw him wave off.
Oh, you
did.
All right, then you have to do bigger because
고기.
I'm a spectator and I didn't see you.
고기.
Go ahead and go eat. Okay, then that settles it. There's a question, because at that point it was like, what's going on? There was a decision on both of your part, and so it's not like someone was wrong, because we had one extension, we had one this side, on the other side, so, no, that wasn't an issue, but you're checking to make sure that, are you sure it wasn't a ticket? Are you sure it wasn't a no? That's all.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. No, 그래서 상품이 아주!
What's wrong with this situation?
You didn't call that early enough.
No. What did you see? What did you see? What does Virginia look like?
just tricking us.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention to the Hasuji.
Okay. All right. If you're not paying attention, you just gave a point to somebody who wasn't doing Hasuji Tadashu. What is Hasuji Tadashu? Directional cut of the blade. So you just gave a bad habit to Asenshu and awarded them for it. Their tempo is going to go downhill. I can hold it any way I want. Okay? Your number one priority is looking at all of the elements of each Asenshu. That's where I noticed something wrong. Earlier, I noticed that even your habit is being intentional. He didn't have his mask on. That's something you're keeping in mind as a Shinpan. How far and how many times are you going to allow that to happen? And at this point, if you noticed that the tsuru was down, what do you do? Okay. And? Bogi. Sensei. 鶴が下にな鶴になってるときに腹心のあれは
Okay. Fukushi noticed that the tsuru is down. Keep mouth shut. No yame. Okay, it's important. Shushin have to do it. Okay. So in case of that time, then come over to this side. Tsuru is down, and then he correct.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, I can call it gogi.
No. Just mention tsuru is down.
So you're not giving hansoku, you're just telling. This is where, before, do you remember, I don't know if many of you remember, before we were told, you can correct them once. And this is for lots of things before. Now, we don't. But actually, if you see something impropriety, it's okay to bring them together and say, you might want to correct that. If they continue, and in this case, continue to do that, still totally off, you don't give them the point. No, even no matter how beautiful it is, no point.
So if the tsuru is down and they continue to fight, we just wait till they do some kind of waja. And then if I happen to see it, I call it off. But two red flags are up, I will go up to the shooting and explain. I saw that.
That's where golden comes in.
But during the fight, I do not stop.
You cannot stop it and mention that other Kushin. Kushin can stop it because Kushin is in charge of this. But supposedly when Shia is dead, Kushin mentions that Kushin decides to be one target. That's the way to correct.
Sensei, what about in this situation where we all erroneously awarded Manari to somebody with the Hasuji in the wrong way? How do we revoke that? If that's
Shinpan Shini, the court judge, sees that. That stops. If court judge does not, then Shinpan Cho.
In reality, it's on.
oh, it is. Okay.
Because in reality, how many times that happened? Yeah, you notice. In
Okay.
reality, three of them up, beautiful hair, tiny, GI and dancing. Probably, say, hey, my daughter's opponent was two down, and in fact two down, but Shinpan didn't notice. For example. And
Okay, Braxton, you were at the World Championships in Japan. What happened when something happened? Hantoku did what? Called Igi. So, we need to know, especially in Hawaii, since we have our own team, at what point can who do what? So that is another place where we need to know, who has the authority? Kantoku, in a situation of shiai, big shiai like that, how come those three Shinpan gave that point? That was incorrect. So what does he do? He doesn't wait till the match is over. As soon as he notices that, if the match finishes, he cannot call Igi. Okay? Make sure if Kantoku sees that, and not many of us are going to be Kantoku in that position, but maybe one of the other team members might say, hey, look at that. Tell the Kantoku, Igi. And then they stop the match and they go over it. Maybe even, I don't know that they have video replay nowadays, but this is the kind of ends that we're going to get to. Hi.
So at the seminar, I don't know if it was just my side or the entire side, but they mentioned that there are times when other side hits, but there's like a mix-up. The Kantoku can call objection then. So let's say Rachel hit like a degote, but they called it for white. That's when the Kantoku call Igi for clarification, but they cannot confirm the validity of the ippon, but only the side of the hit. So they cannot argue like, that wasn't a nice kote. Yeah. So if the Shushin all have flags raised for white, but obviously it was for red, that's what the Kantoku called Igi. If other side, then cancel. And then, okay, so if it is a red, then you cancel and then put it towards the red. So if there's no Kantoku, Fukushin can call for Gogi, and there's no need to go to the court judge. But the court, like Bab Sensei said, the court shooting can also stop, blow the whistle, and confirm with the Shinpans that it was in fact the red side.
During the match, if a coach comes to, let's say, like a Fukushin over here and voices, they have to always go to the...
No, they are not going to the Shushin. Kantoku has to go to the Shinpancho. Isn't that correct? For Igi? Igi is Kantoku to Shinpancho, right?
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shinpan Shuni,
Shinpan Shuni or Shinpancho, right? Shuni, sono koto no. Then Shuni ga. So yeah, there's a hierarchy of.
So we just ignore them.
Oh yeah, no, nobody. And that is the other thing is that I have seen this at matches where people are coaching from the side. As Shinpan, you can stop and say no coaching from the side. There is no hansoku. But this is not something that we allow. And so we have to make sure that it is understood. No coaching. You cannot be coaching. And I've even seen matches where the audience is coaching. Oh! That should not affect you as a Shinpan. Just because the audience thinks it was good does not mean your judgment changes. Okay? Hi. So what is the declaration? Hi. Come back together.
So it's a point. I cannot revoke it. Right? We gave it.
Did somebody do?
Did
anybody
the wrong way?
ask?
Everyone gave it. 사키도 매우치.
Manuchi with the wrong hasuji. We all gave it. So shogu is 1-1. Shogu.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Shogu!
Yame. Okay. I know it's difficult for you now, but I didn't see a full wakare there. So if you have to be careful. If you don't have a full wakare after Tsubazeriai, you might get puzzled. Keep that in mind. Right?
I have a question.
Yes.
In that situation, who would be at fault?
That's where the Shinpan has to look at intention. Who was not trying to? Actually, in that situation, I would say there was no intention because you're back to your normal pendulum, and so neither would get
Because they weren't in full Subazeria, right? Like
They were
close, but not
that's
all the way.
enough. That's
Okay.
enough. You know, where if you're that far in, it's not. You can't say it's not.
Okay.
One thing is that in this situation, can the Fukushin do double Hansoku or?
Okay, but I would then, as one of the other Shinpan, call Gogi and say, I didn't see the intention. And because if there was intention, what if you go in this situation here? Now, if she goes like this, and they still don't walk on it, that's when you can say, this person is trying something. Okay? But unless you see that intention, it's better, especially now, to just have them wakare and then come back to it. Yeah, so you either wakare right there.
Wakare! Hajime!
Yeah. You got the point.
Oh no, she also did.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, watch them till the very end. She knows that she got a point against her that was not correct. If she does something, that's when you have to do something about it because in that situation, イライラするでしょ you know, it's, oh, you know, I got, how come, you know? But you're learning from this experience. You're not trying to conquer your opponent. Your opponent is not trying to conquer you. So there is no reason to get upset, and there is no reason to be offensive. Okay, this is what the learning experience is about. Okay, let's rotate the Shinpan. We're coming all together, and all three are going to rotate out. We're now going to go to a higher level where, all three, so roll up your flags nicely, and go to the position and rotate the Shinpan out. Go. Stay. And turn, and out. Next one comes in. Okay, so this is the higher level where 100% of your Yuko Datotsu is necessary. Stop right where you are. Okay, this is where I want everyone to pay attention. Where are the Shinpan standing? Okay. What is the correct position of the Shinpan and why? Okay, what do you have? You have Jodan Senshu. Okay? Can each one of the Shinpan, what is the strongest point against Jodan player? Ski. Okay? If you cannot see the tsukidare, what happens if you're behind here? You cannot see that ski where it hits. If it goes to the side, that's not equal, right? So make sure you can see the tsukidare. So each one of these Shinpan, they're very advanced. They know where to stand. They can all see that position. So even if you don't do this kind of kamae, you need to know how to judge this. Okay? So make sure it's in the right position. Dozo. Okay, next, Hancock.